You are looking live at the Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park as we get set for the CHSL Championship games here on the Prep. Hello again, everybody. My name is Chad Bush alongside Brian Sikowski. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. We are ready for Divine Child and Lutheran North for the Cardinal Division Championship. We'll meet all the starters and have all the details coming up right after this, right here on the Prep.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag G-Brand USA. G-Brand USA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Welcome back inside the Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park. Chad Bush alongside Brian Sikowski. And it's time to meet the starting lineups. And we'll start first with the visitors from Lutheran North. And they're led by James Lazarus in his first season. He's led this club now to a record of 14-8 and second place in the regular season in the CHSL AA. Nar will lead off. And he is at shortstop. Adam Terpstra is the DH, and he'll bat second. Carter Penn is in right field and batting third. Noah Tunnicliffe is doing the catching and batting cleanup. Batting fifth is Bobby Ward. He's in left field, the senior, one of their top hitters. Jimmy Ballaro is batting sixth. He's at first base. Batting seventh is Adam Peters. He's in center field. Batting eighth is the second baseman, Owen Bolt. And batting ninth is Zach Saluski, the third baseman at the hot corner for James Lazarus, assisted by Ben Bloomy, the former Mustang himself. And we are looking at the starting pitcher for Dearborn Divine Child. And this is a kid that you need to know about. Jack Zhang, 6'4", 210 left-hander, also plays first base. And Brian Sikowski will tell you all the rest of the goods on Mr. Zhang.
Yeah, Zhang's a guy who, if not for a bit of a unique circumstance, like we'd know his name a lot more than we do already. He was on the varsity team at Divine Child as a freshman in 2019. Pitched well, not like a freaky dude or anything like that, but freshman on the varsity. Then COVID happened in 2020. Didn't have a season. 2021, he was hurt. So now he's fully back. Here he is fully healthy. Here's this big physical lefty with left-handed power into the 90s on the mound. And it seems like it's out of nowhere, but that's just kind of the circumstances that we're involved with. But either way, he's had an outstanding year. You can see the numbers on screen there. Lots of swing and miss, lots of D1 interest. He hasn't yet decided where he's going to go. Looking forward to seeing him for the first time.
No doubt, a good frame. We'll see the defense behind Zhang for Divine Child. here shortly. In the box, leading off for Lutheran North is Ben Nar. And the first pitch is down low. The home plate umpire is Joe Partika. Mike Schramm is at first. Robert Check is at second. Kevin Cleveland is at third in this Cardinal Division Championship game. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove, and we're even at 1-1.
You're seeing that arm speed from Zhang. You can see it from the back, too. That's such a great camera from angle from center field to evaluate a pitcher on. The arm speed through the back is notable. He's getting some good ride on his fastball early.
Zhang's off-speed pitch is upstairs. This is Ben Nar, the leadoff man, and the shortstop. Nar part of a junior class and a senior-dominated lineup. And there you go. Nar is on. Did he get hit by that pitch?
No, I think it was just ball down.
Just a ball down. It's a walk, so a leadoff walk for Zhang. We'll meet the defense behind Zhang for the Divine Child Cardinals. Millen at third, Collis at short, Korak at second, Avery at first today. Kostora is the catcher. There's a bunt in front of the plate. Zhang will handle it. He has one play, that's to first. Avery snatches it above his head. As we review the final defensive assignments for Divine Child. Runner advances to second. He's there with one out. No score, top of the first, just underway from Troy, Michigan. McCormick is in right field. And unlisted, but I promise you, he is in left field. That's Bobby Ward for the Mustangs. There's a foul back. This is the number 3 hitter, Carter Penn, the right fielder.
Yeah, you could see with a left-handed hitting lineup here, I doubt they've seen a lefty of this caliber all year, a guy who can throw 90 miles an hour with a slider, with a breaking ball. So going to be unique to see how they're able to get the bats around in this scenario. Obviously with a runner on here. Pretty good curveball there.
Really nice. What are you seeing so far on the heat and anything registering yet?
Yeah, this fastball's been 87, 89.
Okay.
That curveball there was 74, so a pretty good amount of stuff so far. And obviously you see the shape of that curveball. That's a pretty good-looking pitch there for sure. To have as much vertical action, rather, as he's able to get on this pitch, even at a lower velocity, that stands out.
Yeah. Carter Penn is out on strikes. And that's a fastball in the outside corner at 91 against Tunnicliffe. That's a tough two-pitch or two-seam fastball to a lefty.
Yeah, definitely. You got it running in on your hands there, and 91 from a left-hander is well above average high school velocity as it is, so it just makes it even harder.
Swing and a miss. Got him with that fastball out on strikes. A runner on via the walk, but Zhang settles in as we head to the home half. Glad to be here on the prep, the Cardinal Division Championship from the Catholic League in Troy. .68 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. We're in Troy, Michigan at the Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park. Time to meet the starting lineup and the batting 9 for the Divine Child Falcons. Looks like this. Shoemaker to lead things off. He's the DH. Goff will play in left field. Kostora is the catcher, batting second. Zhang is the pitcher and bats third. Avery will bat cleanup and is at first base. Millen is at third base and batting fifth. Korak is batting sixth, and at second base, Sampson in center field bats seventh. Collis eighth at shortstop, and McCormick is in right. He'll bat ninth for the head coach Dan Deegan assisted by Jeremy Shea, Steve Avery, and Jim Springer. For Lutheran North, this is their starting pitcher, Connor Kamiski, a very accomplished right-hander this season. We'll get more into him and get more details from Sack here in a moment. But for now, it's the leadoff man, Shoemaker, and he looks at strike one.
And that was watching him warm up, Chad. It's a physical guy. He's trying to get downhill. He's throwing the fastball down in the zone. That's where he's attacking. It was mid-80s with the fastball warming up. It's 85 there, for example.
Wide of the zone. Still crazy to me to see, even at the Double-A level and in this Cardinal division, guys throwing in the 80s and 90s. There's an outside corner pitch, strike call, beautiful bender, and it's out number one for the Mustangs from Macomb.
Yeah, and that speaks to and we've talked about this before, the increase and the proliferation of player dev systems throughout the state. And 2SP is a partner as far as sports performance development goes, and then there's specific velocity programs and specific athletics programs, so on and so forth.
No doubt. Connor Kamiski, senior right-hander, committed to Calvin, much like his teammate, all Catholic, 7-inning shutout his last time out. Fastball, change, and the curve. This one's popped up to right, fairly routine right field, and the catch is made by the right fielder, and that is Carter Penn for out number two.
You're seeing Kamiski, like, this is what he wants to do. He's attacking down in the zone with the fastball. It's got some sink to the pitch. He showed that curveball with good sweep to it to land for a strike. That's definitely what he's looking to do, is attack in the zone.
Tunnicliffe catching, Saluski at third, Nar at short, Bolt at second, Ballaro at first. The outfield looks like this. You've got Ward in left, Peters in center, and Penn in right. That's the defense for James Lazarus, the first-year head coach, trying to get this team a title. Swing and a miss. Quickly ahead now.
This is Zhang, obviously DC's starting pitcher. He's also a danger man in the middle of the lineup. Fair bit of left-handed power. He can hit.
Sure can. Zhang this year had some impressive offensive numbers. He batted .463, a team high, to go along with 12 RBIs.
It's unfortunate with the injury and with COVID and the way that's stacked up to kind of sap away the time of him being seen, being exposed. So happy he's getting the just desserts he deserves for as good as he is now. But had he been healthy all along, I think we'd be talking about him as one of those prospects in the state. He has the tools to be that.
No doubt. Zhang is a guy that is an attractive prospect, unsigned, uncommitted, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The pitch is off, speed and upstairs from the right-hander Connor Kamiski. All Catholic this year.
Let's go right after him.
Full count pitch. Upstairs, walked him. He did not go right after him, as my partner suggested. And, it's a walk. It's a two-out walk, and that'll bring up danger in the name of Owen Avery, a guy who went triple time in Comerica Park over the head of the center fielder Peasley that day on Friday.
Anytime you hit a ball over the center fielders at a Comerica Park, you hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, he did, and he also smoked a double down the line. This kid's got a lot of whip in this right-handed bat. He's a two-way player committed to Grand Valley. Pawson will run at first. And here is Owen Avery with two outs, a power hitter. And they're going to stay away. And the count now runs to 2-0. They may have no interest in pitching to Owen Avery. The guy behind him is Millen.
Early on, no reason to kind of see both ways here. I like that, attacking with the fastball. There's no reason to pitch around a guy in the first inning, is kind of my opinion on it. But if you feel like you have a much better matchup with the guy behind him, then sure, don't get too close. But in the first inning, all about attacking.
Agree. 333 average on the year. There goes the runner, pitches away. Runners at first and second, two outs, and a chance now with two down for Millen to try to deliver the game's first run with two on and two outs.
A pretty good couple of at-bats there. We saw Zhang foul some balls off, and that a couple close pitches there that Avery took for balls. Like, that's the sign of a good offensive team. You're not trying to do too much. You're not expanding early. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Get base runners on. Trust your teammates.
That's right. This is fouled back. This is Millen. John Millen batted 196 this year, but he has driven in half a dozen. He's in an RBI opportunity here. Korak in the on-deck circle. And it's upstairs, and Lutheran North has had trouble finding the zone now. And, a tough spot here. 1-1 the count.
He's not missing by a ton, but he still is missing, and obviously that's kind of what matters is the binary of did you throw a strike or not. But can kind of see him trying to overthrow. There's a little extra effort and head whack over the front side right now. If he can just kind of get back into riding the slope like he was when he was warming up, filling it up at 84, 85, he should be successful.
It took Zhang just 12 pitches to get out of the first. Kamiski is throwing his 22nd pitch here, and it's driven to right center. This one fairly deep on the run, and it's going to get off the wall. 2 runs will score. In to score comes Pawson. Right behind is Avery, and it's a 2-out triple for Millen.
And that's the other side of that, wanting to pitch around some of the guys in the middle of the order. Like, hey, that's the number 5 hitter. Clearly they think that guy can hit too, and he makes you pay there. Got to do a better job throwing quality strikes early in counts, and definitely can't pitch around guys, not in a park like this.
Millen got the fastball upstairs, and he banged it off the wall in right center. 2-0 D.C.
They'd love to cash in one more here while they're here.
Yeah, why not? You got the lefty hitter against the righty pitcher. The righty pitcher is Connor Kamiski, who's been very effective this year. 5 wins on the season. He's committed to Calvin in the MIAA.
Congratulations to Kalamazoo College, who won the MIAA this year.
Did they win it?
Yep, made a run into the regional.
Okay, go Hornets.
Yep. Won a game. I think that was the first time in program history they won a game in a regional.
Here.
Had a great year.
Good for them.
Lots of former CHSL guys there.
Okay. Here comes the pitch. The 1-1 is fouled back. Can you name any of those players?
Yeah.
Feel free.
Blake Bean, who's the St. Mary's grad.
Okay, yep.
He's was the center fielder, set the, I think, career and single-season home run mark for Kalamazoo, or at least one of them.
Okay.
Cooper Mills,
sure.
St. Mary's, second baseman. Harrison Posat, St. Mary's grad, the catcher.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I'm hearing a theme here.
There's several. There's several from everywhere.
25 pitches now for Kamiski. And just 13 of them for strikes. There's a shot on one hop to second. Handled easily by the second baseman. Bolt fires to first, and that is out number 3, but not before. A couple of runs across the plate for the boys from Dearborn. And Divine Child takes a 2-0 lead. As
what I could tell right off the start was that they were really about the player. And I just got out of high school, so I was using BB Corps bats for the past 3 or 4 years. When y'all came to me, took my advice, trying to figure out what we wanted, what I learned in high school about bats, and what I wish I had, it's really cool to be a part of. I can't remember the last time that I hit balls that far with a BB Corps bat or as hard. Definitely the best BB Corps bat I've ever swung in my life. And I've swung plenty of BB Corps bats. The numbers can prove it too, because the numbers that I was getting on my exit velos and the distance, I really didn't get close to that in some of the other BB Corps bats. Yeah, just overall, it's been really fun. Know that you were a part of it and that a lot of kids are going to love to use it. Yeah, super excited.
the Mustangs out of Macomb, 14-8, regional champions in 2017. James Lazarus, first-year head coach. He spent 9 years as the head coach on JV. It's an enrollment of 560. It's a co-ed private school out of the CHSL AA division. They're also playing out of Division II. Swing and a miss. Out on strikes is Bobby Ward, who's been one of their best in that 5-hole. And that'll bring up Jimmy Ballaro, who had a big day on Friday in the semifinal at Comerica Park.
Zhang making it look pretty easy here so far when he's in the strike zone. We saw the breaking ball, but it doesn't look like he needs it a whole lot right now. Just ripping through with fastball strikes, and it's a unique look. He kind of has some deception to his delivery. He hides that ball really well, and all of a sudden here's 89-90 from the left side. It's working well for him.
This is a Division I prospect.
Absolutely.
Right?
Like I said, man, this is one of those guys who, had a confluence of negative events not occurred. This is a guy would probably be committed somewhere big time, and we'd be talking about him. And
right,
he certainly looks the part to me.
Ballaro is out on strikes, another victim of the lefty.
The center fielder, number 7.
Divine Child. Another look at it. I mean, just a pitch that.
Yeah, that's just fastball that stays plain. It stays on plane at the top of the zone. Like, no chance to touch that. Seeing back to the breaking ball there, that's a ball he just missed. I would just keep kind of pumping fastballs here, Chad. I don't see why don't fix it if it ain't broke at this point,
No need to deny that heat. 4 strikeouts so far for Zhang, working on his 5th. He's quickly ahead of Adam Peters. Peters is committed to Saginaw Valley. He's going to be a Cardinal. He'll play for Mr. Jaxa.
My first boss in baseball, Steve Jaxa.
At Central Michigan.
Yes, sir. He was the head coach there when I was one of the undergrad assistants, and my first foray into college baseball.
Love it. We're going to tell some Jaxa stories then.
Yes, we will.
5 strikeouts. Here's the 5th. Zhang is zinging through the lineup. We're back after this.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Pure Barre is a full-body workout that transforms you, physically and mentally. Our musically driven group classes focus on low-impact, small movements that strengthen and tone your entire body in 50 minutes or less. Anyone is capable of taking Pure Barre, no matter your age or fitness level, and no dance experience is required.
Sampson, Colas, and McCormick to lead things off. For Divine Child, they have a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second. They scored twice in the first on a double off the wall, off the bat of Millen. So a 2-run, 2-out double, 2-0 Divine Child. Back out for his second inning of duty is Kamiski. And this is popped up by Sampson to routine left center, and making the basket catch in left center field is Bobby Ward, the left fielder.
A couple notable things in the last couple bits of play here, like DC goes ahead bottom 1. Zhang comes out and throws like 7 pitches to get him out of the bottom half or top half.
Yeah.
Huge. Theo Piccirilli, the St. Mary's assistant, talks about it all the time. Having that shutdown inning, that's huge. He saw that. But then equally huge is, hey, I'm down 2-0. My teammates didn't score. We had a 7-pitch inning. Come right back out and get a quick out right here for Kamiski. That's huge as well.
That's right. Good point. Want to come right back. Keep that momentum. Grow that momentum. It's a big part of baseball. Ride it. Collis, the number 8 hitter, he's the shortstop, and that is going to nearly hit him. If he stands up a little bit straighter, he's on first base.
big pitch here. Obviously, you want to get a second out here. We don't want to have base runners on. Missed with a curveball. Obviously, nothing intentional about that. Just didn't quite finish it out front. But want to get an out here.
Staying alive. This is quite the battle by Logan Collis. Guy who this year batted .233 in the regular season. Playoffs are next week. That one's upstairs.
Wind blowing out to right now may come into play in our nightcap.
Yeah.
With some serious left-handed bats in both lineups. But notable for now, but we'll see if it plays later.
No doubt, Brother Rice and St. Mary's will be the nightcapper at 5:30 here from Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park. So a man on first, and that one's fouled back. This is the number 9 hitter McCormick with one out here in the second.
And you've seen every Divine Child hitter come to the plate ready to hit the fastball. And in the Catholic League, you absolutely have to be able to hit the fastball. You only get 2 strikes. Not a lot of pitchers can throw secondary stuff for strikes consistently. Have to be able to hit the fastball. And they've been ready to do it. They're up there hacking. They're not too far off of pitches they foul off. They're right there on that mid-80s.
Yeah, no doubt. Divine Child's Dan Deegan runs his team out of a double play, potentially. McCormick is out, but the runner, Colas, was running on the play and kept him out of it. One play for Bolt.
Always nice to be able to turn your lineup over with a man in scoring position, too.
That's a sharp slider and a nice one, maybe the best of the day from Connor Kamiski. Quick strike one.
All of a sudden, if he has that to start off at bats with, he becomes a totally different pitcher. If he can find that to throw it for strikes consistently, it makes him a totally different guy.
And he does right there on strike 2. Out of the inning, strands the runner at second, and a different looking back end of the second inning for Kamiski. Look at this one. Some nasty slidage as we head to the third inning.
With your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team, we take it all. And from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
All Catholic for the Mustangs. Congratulations, Carter Penn, Connor Kamiski, and Robert Bobby Ward. And those 3 fellas doing great work this season, getting rewarded for All Catholic. A very competitive All Catholic team this year as the CHSL, both in the Cardinal and the Bishop divisions, really booming with talent like no other time.
No doubt about that, Chad. We're seeing it on display here.
Yeah.
There's a good example here, Jack Zhang. D1, like a hard, no doubt D1 guy. Left-handed pitcher, maybe a two-way guy, who knows.
Yep.
Playing in the Double-A final here. This is fantastic.
Really is. Zhang has 5 strikeouts, just 1 walk. 17 of his 22 pitches have been for strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouled away again. This is a nice battle by the number 8 hitter, Owen Bolt. This is what you like your number 8 hitter to do, right, against a guy like Zhang?
At the very least, we can get in his pitch count a little bit, something like that. Like have a long at-bat, have a competitive at-bat, make him think twice about throwing a bunch of fastballs down the middle, stuff like that.
That's just nasty. That's just scummy. He's out on strikes. Bolt with a backwards K and the sixth strikeout for Zhang.
And you can see the deception there. Like you don't have to be a scout to see he's releasing his fastball and his breaking ball from the exact same point out front, the exact same arm stroke. He doesn't change anything, and he's kind of shown two different types of breaking balls too. You've seen more of a horizontal slider. That one had some two-way to it to kind of give it more of a curveball look.
Kind of a slurvish type
deal. Exactly. And slurve has become synonymous with negative for some reason.
Really?
But slurve can be good.
Okay, well, I won't say that anymore.
No. Slurve can be good if you have a lot of sweep on the pitch, and that's what he's getting.
Saluski is the batter. Zach Saluski. See, I'm not in on all the things that have happened. The slurve probably went out in 2002, and I'm still raging on it.
It's like there's some weird rule amongst the data analytics now where you can only call a pitch slurvy in a positive way if it has a bunch of horizontal movement.
Okay.
And you could if it doesn't and you call something slurvy, you're saying it's not very
negative.
Good. So it's a weird little
that's good
baseball dynamic I'm still figuring out, but it'll change by next year, I'm sure, like most things do. So figure it out next year.
Oh, there's a little spit into the gloves. You do that with a little bubble gum, get a little bit stickier and tackier on that bat. Some guys do that. I don't know. There's a pitch down in. I used to do it. Get a little bit stickier.
Yeah, I was a rub my hands in the dirt guy.
Were you?
Yes.
Bare hands?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No gloves?
Yeah.
Downriver.
Home Depot gloves.
Stop it. That pitch is outside. I know you better than that.
We had a coach when I played at Gabriel Richard. Our coach was very tough, hardcore guy.
You can give him a shout out if you wish.
Coach Kevin Foley. Hope he's doing well. He was a great high school baseball coach.
Yep, sure was.
And there was a year where he insisted on no one wearing batting gloves, but if you had blisters, you could use duct tape. So that's from the old school Aquinas, Downriver Aquinas,
sure.
Jeff Kaiser mentality of baseball. That's what I grew up in.
Wow, I love it. That's some good baseball. Steve Avery, who's in the dugout across the way, grew up on Downriver baseball. He ended up the 3rd overall selection in the 1988 Major League Draft. Former Tiger, former Brave. This is the leadoff man, Ben Narr. There's a man on first. There's one out. 2-1 the count. We'll see if they have him moving. And that's a strike. So we are level.
Zhang had a little 4-pitch hiccup in command there. And in the Catholic League, that's 2 walks sometimes. So, got to run around here kind of uncharacteristically so far, but it looks like he's dialed right back in.
35 pitches for Zhang. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove. Out on strikes is Narr. There are now 2 outs in this 3rd inning. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, number 2, Adam Terpstra, the DH today.
Seen a little bit of a unique approach from Zhang. It's not something that everyone is super familiar with, but guys who, in spite of him being 6'4", if you look at where relative to the mound the ball is actually released, that's called his release height. It doesn't matter how tall he is. And guys who have lower release heights like he does, like under 6 foot, the more you throw up in the zone exactly like that, the more it stays on plane and kind of has that ride, and that's what you're seeing so successful up in the zone with the fastball. It's not just the velo, it's the release height.
It's riding, it's flying, it's taken off here in Troy, the airport behind us. Fittingly enough, Zhang is whipped through the 3rd. He has 8 Ks. We're coming back after this.
Begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Ah, yes, the Divine Child Falcons of Dearborn, 15-6, AA, Division II. They are co-ed, 878 students. Dan Deegan, the bench boss in his 6th year. He was an assistant from 04 to 16. And state champs 4 times over are the Falcons. Last in 2010, first time in 04. Mike Cervenik, former Michigan Wolverine and former major leaguer. Took a long time to get there, but boy, is this guy respected. Class of 1994. There's a ground ball, second base, diving, making a stop to his right, throw to first, and they got him. Fine play by Owen Bolt, ranging far to his right, making the composed throw for out number 1.
Great way to pick your pitcher up, great way to get people excited, make a great play to start the inning. And this is huge. You want to get that first guy out. You keep it a close game. Make a play up there for your pitcher. He made a good pitch. He got a ground ball. That's a great job of the second baseman. He could be a momentum shifter, too, especially with the middle of the order up.
Could be. Kostora is out. He's one of their best hitters and not an easy out. And here is one of their best hitters, Zhang. In fact, he is their best hitter.
Seems started with an off-speed pitch there. He's able to throw a first strike, got a swing and miss.
Loops one to left center, hangs up long enough. Fooled the left fielder, but he stays up long enough to catch it. That is the left fielder, Bobby Ward, making the snatch. And the all-leaguer keeps it off the grass for out number 2.
It's a sign of a good athlete to where he made a mistake. He overran that ball. It fooled him a little bit. But he had the body control. He had the suddenness to be able to make the adjustment and make the catch. Doesn't matter how it looks, man. He got the out. The out.
Absolutely. Bobby Ward. It's kind of like a basketball player having to shift midair, going up for a shot.
Absolutely.
Layup. This is Owen Avery, the first baseman.
Good athletes find a way.
This here is a good athlete. The pitch was down and away. The Mustang faithful thought it was on the corner, and it might have been. Swing and a miss. Got him. With a pitch on the outside part of the plate. 2-1 the count, full count. Strike 2 called. There he goes. What an inning for the Mustangs. They bounce back, sack here. A strong third for the Stangs.
And that was the fastest velocity we've seen from him today. That was 87, located on the outer black. That's a pitch you have to make against the cleanup hitter. Maybe it's a ball width off, but that's a strike in high school baseball. I think that's a perfectly located pitch.
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Carter Penn to lead things off for Macomb Lutheran North, the Mustangs, who are now 15-8. They went 10-5, finished second in the AA. There's a ground ball sharply hit down the line. They finished second to Divine Child. And they're battling it out for the Catholic League Cardinal Division title.
We saw Zhang do something to lead off this inning he hasn't done yet, and that was throw a first pitch breaking ball for a strike, obviously, and that's what you want to do. But we've seen Kamiski on the other side try and find that breaking ball to start at bats with it. Zhang has been really good with the fastball so far. Good to see him working in the other stuff. A great one there.
Sure was. Down in the dirt, the Costora throw to first to complete the strikeout. Strikeout number 9 for Jack Zhang. And to your point, with Connor Kamiski, he did it against the heart of their lineup.
Yep. That's such a great pitch there. There's so much sweep to that. There's so much two-plane to that. Like straight out of the fastball slot. That's really, really good, if I'm not being clear on that.
No, it's impressive. And, I mean, we were impressed enough with his hitting. But he'll go against the lefty catcher now in Noah Tunnicliffe.
It's a tough at-bat for lefties. You see him hide that ball so well. I've talked about it already. It kind of feels like it jumps at lefties a little bit harder than it does against righties, and especially when you have that breaker down and away, and we may see it again here. It's tough. It's really tough.
That is tough, and that's strikeout number 10. Zhang is on point today, and he's already in double digits with just one out here in the fourth. 2 outs here in the fourth.
Robert Ward.
That's one that he threw for a strike. He didn't get the chase down and in, or down and away from a left-handed hitter. He wanted to throw that one for a strike. And when you get that elbow moving up from the left-handed hitter, and it tells you he was fooled, and great spot for that.
10 strikeouts, just 2 walks for Jack Zhang, the senior left-hander, 6'4", 210 out of Dearborn. This is against Bobby Ward now, the 5-hitter. Check swing, did he go? They look down to first, and Mike Schramm says no, he did not. Joe Partika asked for help. He got it. Schramm says stay right here.
We're going to get another look at that. It went by a lot.
Did it matter? No, the baseball gods will allow this to be a K. And Costora finishes it. 11 strikeouts for Zhang. My goodness, is that all the outs recorded except for one via the strikeout as we send you to break on this.
Your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
You got to tip your cap to the kids who get it done in the classroom, on the field, student athletes, all academic. Jacob Nelson for Divine Child, a senior pitcher outfielder. Adam Peters, we told you, committed to Saginaw Valley, senior as well. Our academic players, all Catholic. Here is a Millen double. And if you're sensing a theme here, you should. Millen came to Troy, meaning business. He's got 2 extra base hits, 2 RBIs, and he's got the Cardinals clicking up their heels here in the fourth.
You see you're seeing the adjustment made here, like the mid-game adjustments. We've been trying to get fastballs over, breaking balls over for the first pitch of the at-bat. Not afraid in the Catholic League to come up hacking. You have to be. And that's what he did. He got a pitch over the heart of the plate, went in the same direction as his first double. Divine Child looking to tack on here in the middle innings.
Squaring to bunt, doesn't get it down. This is number 8, Korak. the second baseman, Ben Korak, a junior, 6'1", 190, the leadoff double. And the second hit, both hits have been from Millen. Just 2 hits in this game, and both have been by the guy on second base. Squaring to bunt, pulls it back, 1-1 the count.
In a close game like this, you're going to see the small ball come out a little bit. A third run here is huge. This isn't like in the first inning where, hey, let's put up a crooked number. But here, as we're getting late.
Nice bunt down to third. One play for the third baseman. Throw to first. He throws it away. Run's going to score. Into score comes Millen. And that's going to be a sacrifice and an error. No RBI, but Korak got the job done. And the bunt beautifully placed down the third base line.
And when you bunt, when you make a bunt as well as that one was, like as good, as well placed, as fundamentally sound as that one is, it's designed to put not only move the runner over, but to put pressure on a defense to make an above-average play. And that's where you see plays like that come into play there. Just a little bit of an overthrow, kind of rushed himself.
And they do it again. They like your advice. Bunt it, throw it away, and they do. That one's thrown into right field. Into score comes Korak. It's 4-0 Divine Child. You put the ball in play, force the defense to make a play. They might throw it away, and they do twice on back-to-back plays.
And this is going about as poorly as it can go for Lutheran North. Can't be making errors like this on routine plays. The first one, more of an above-average play. This is just step and throw. But against a guy who's going like Zhang is going, you can't give away outs. You can't give away runs. Hopefully they can reassess themselves and settle in here.
So the Millen double, the Korak bunt sacrifice, which scored a run on an error, the Sampson bunt sacrifice. I don't know if they're going to call that a hit or an error. I think they're going to call it a sacrifice. Yep. Okay, thank you. I agree. So back-to-back sacrifices that turn into errors, which turn into runs. And DC's got a 4-0 comfortable lead against the Mustangs.
It's about as good as it can go for DC. You're trying to move guys over and maybe play for one, and when the other team is going to spot you a couple like that, thank you very much. We're going to try and get a few more now.
Yep. Kamiski not helping his cause. He's pitched pretty well, just giving up the 2 hits. But he's down 4-0 in the fourth. Squares to bunt. It's gone well so far for DC. Why not do it again? And, why not bunt your number 8 hitter, Colas, the shortstop? They're trying to here.
And hey, at this point, it's not broken.
No.
Keep the pressure on, keep the ball in play, keep guys moving on the base paths, create havoc out there. That's long been a staple of a Divine Child program.
Yep. Kamiski gets the bunt down. This might be the best. Out to get it, Tunnicliffe. He throws one into right field. Snatch, and a run's going to score. It was not into right field, but it was too tall, and the second baseman, Bolt, had to go up. So that will be a hit. I do not know if they'll call it an RBI, but a run is across. It's 5-0 DC here in the fourth.
And look at the fearless base running here.
Yes.
Second at base.
Very aggressive.
Absolutely did not stop coming around third and saw the throw was going to be high. I think he might have thought it was going into right field, but either way, no one at the plate to cover it. Absolutely keep rolling. We're going to bunt again here.
I would. They do. Pulls it back. Tuncliffe's going to throw down, and watch out. He's got an arm, and he does gun down Colas. So that is the second out recorded in the inning. It was a strike called, and the nice lettuced redhead gets a caught stealing here. Good throw by Tunnicliffe.
Yeah, that's a senior leader kind of saying, all right, enough's enough, I'll do it.
Yep. Strike. No, sorry, that was upstairs. McCormick, the right fielder, is up, the 9-hitter. There is just 1 out. I apologize, not 2. Right? Is that right? 1 out?
1 out. We got 1 out.
Yep.
Pat the stats on it.
All right. Fly ball right field. This is out number 2. And it's recorded by the right fielder, Carter Penn. So the bases are empty, and that'll bring up.
Now batting number 9, Everett Shoemaker.
Shoemaker, the leadoff man.
Everything moves really fast in the Catholic League. Had a lot happen in the last 4 minutes.
Yes. He's saying.
Important to get this out here. You have 2 outs. The bases are empty. The damage is done, but hopefully you're not going to do any more here. Get out of it. Get back into the dugout. Regroup. Come up with a plan of attack. And like my friend Brandon Justice said last week, try and cut it in half. Try and get a couple.
Yeah.
Let's try and get a couple.
This is the leadoff man, Shoemaker. He's hitting for Goff, Goff, who is in left field for Divine Child. 3 runs are in here in the 4th, and they're all on errors. Swing and a miss. Gets him out of trouble. Kamiski not helped by his defense. He was a part of some of that defense. 3 runs for DC. They're up 5-0. Let's go to the 5th. All leaguers for the Mustangs, Noah Tuncliff, the catcher who had that caught stealing, and Jimmy Ballaro, who's been quiet in this game, a guy who's pitched and played first base. All leaguers for the Mustangs, and Jimmy Lazarus. Mustangs located in Macomb. Head coach by James Lazarus, assisted by Ben Bloomy. Bloomy, assistant coach at Lutheran North. He graduated in 2011. This is Ballaro, and he skies one to left center. And making the catch in left center field is Goff for out number 1.
And we've talked like over and over and over again about how dominant Zhang's been, how unbelievable the breaking stuff's been, how he's missing bats with his fastball, but he's also been super efficient, as we've seen. We've seen a lot of first pitch outs, forcing some weak contact early, fastball on top of the zone especially. He looks great.
No doubt. This is Adam Peters. This is a Division II commitment against Zhang. Zhang has been really good in this game. 54 pitches now for Zhang. And of those, 40 have been strikes. Make it 41, and there's another strikeout. Strikeout number 12 for Zhang. 12 of a possible 13 outs have been on the strikeout, or of the 12 of 14 have been via the strikeout, rather.
You see that he pitched backwards there. Started hit her off with a breaking ball, landed it for a strike, and then came right back with the velo. And he's holding that velo so far. Like we said, it was up to 91 early. He's kind of holding 88, 89. Breaking ball's been anywhere between 72 and 75, depending on the kind of variation he uses.
Sure. Zhang now facing Bolt, the second baseman, who's played fine defensively, has had several chances, and he fouls one back. Divine Child is looking for their 16th win on the year and their 22nd attempt. They're the home team today.
This is Divine Child's first year in the AA.
Is that right?
Yeah, they were in the
intersectional.
The big one, intersectional. The names have changed.
They were in the bigger division.
They were in
the Central.
Yes, they were in the Central. They flip-flopped with Liggett this year. That's what happened. Yep, flip-flopped with Liggett.
Ground ball right side. This is trouble. Avery slides, makes the play. Throw to first. Not in time. It's going to be a base hit. Avery wants to appeal to the home plate umpire, Joe Partika, but Mike Schramm has called Bolt safe. A fine effort by Owen to try to get it in the hole, but not in time to get the speedy Bolt.
Going to be interesting to see here. I think you probably would rather let the second baseman make that play, but first baseman coming over. Looked like a fine throw, good feed. I think he's...
If he could not find the bag initially, did he get the bag on the second attempt? Alex Westfall says he got him. All right, we trust Alex Westfall in his eyes.
I'm going without also.
You're going without also? Okay, well, the no-no is gone officially. We get another look here. And I know the first touch. Okay, so he misses it there. He does not touch the bag. There, did he touch it? We don't know.
Yep.
We don't know.
Umpire's got a better look than we do there.
Mike
sure.
Schramm is on it, and I trust. I don't know. I trust that he didn't touch the bag. I think the throw was in time.
Reminds me of the Armando Galarraga play. Similar thing. Just let the second baseman field it, throw it to the first baseman. We don't have to worry about it. I was at the game, man. I was at the game.
Oh, it hurt even worse
in
for you.
In a bad mood.
In a bad mood, in a bad way.
Bad mood.
5-0 Divine Child. Lutheran North trying to get something going against Jack Zhang. They finally have their first hit. It comes here in the 5th, albeit controversial. It is the game's first hit for the Mustangs. They're down 5-0.
If you're Zhang, you can't let that rattle you. Who cares about a no-hitter?
Right. Happens all the time.
This is the number 9 hitter here. Get behind him 2-0. Good job to throw a strike there. Need to get this out here. You want to just get out of this, wipe it clean before you get to the top of the order again.
Tight pitch here, just off the edge. Zach Saluski, the 9-hitter, the third baseman. There goes the runner. It's inside. He walks him. So there's now 2 on with 2 outs here in the 5th. You talk about cutting the lead in half. Ben Nahr's looking to do just that right here.
One swing away from making the game have a little bit different look. Just keep stringing base hits together. Obviously on Friday I was driving all day. I listened to you and Brandon on all 4 of those broadcasts.
Thank you.
I heard him kept saying, hey, just piece it together, one hit after one hit after one base runner after one base runner. You can't hit a 5-run home run. Important to keep perspective and keep the chain moving here.
That's right. Ben Nahr, the shortstop. He has Bolt at second, Saluski at first. And this is low. So Zhang has gone to 2-0 now. He's starting to lose the zone a bit. And, hey, the pitch count is up to 68. Start to make some decisions if you're DC. They do not have activity in the bullpen, I don't think.
Part of this could be Zhang just has not had to pitch from the stretch much today. So
Good
just
point.
Getting used to that, and sometimes, like we said in the Catholic League, man, if it takes you 3 pitches to get used to something, that's a walk. You're done. He's on first now. So real easy to let things spiral, but hopefully he's locking it back in here.
There go the runners, full count. Oh, boy, strike 2 called. Zhang got the call on the corner on pitch number 69 to end the 5th. Mustangs get a hit, ruin the perfection, but they get one here on the inside corner. Strikeout.
Your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. It's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
All Catholic for the Falcons. Owen Avery, Grand Valley commit, having an outstanding season. Complete game shutout his last time out on Friday on the mound. John Millen, who has a couple of hits, no surprise. He was honored. Jack Zhang, no surprise there as well. He has been fabulous here today. Divine Child lead things off with their catcher and their number 2 hitter, Kostora. Kostora, the batter.
Middle of the lineup here, obviously going to want to get through it. See if this one hangs up there. Yep.
Stays up just long enough for Peters to make the snatch. knee high for out number 1 here in the 5th.
Important to keep attacking, which is what he's doing. Even when his defense was
4,
letting him down a little
Zhang.
bit, we've seen him consistently attack with the fastball, try and force early contact, try and work the edges of the zone. Important to keep doing that, but not to get too fine. You don't want base runners on where all of a sudden mistakes can happen.
Here's a foul out of play. Good point. Here's the guy who's all Catholic, Jack Zhang. This is a guy. Do we have him signed yet?
We're trying.
I predicted you'd have him signed by the 6th.
We're trying.
Okay.
We're trying. We're sending many texts.
We're here to get kids signed.
Me too.
Yeah, I know. We're here for the greater good of the cause. Top side of the zone, and that's a ball. Kamiski has settled down a bit. His defense has let him down. 3 unearned runs last inning.
Just can't quite find the right release on that breaking ball. You can we have a really good perspective from where we're sitting. You can see him kind of spinning it from behind his right ear as it comes through rather than trying to get it out front. Just something that's tough to find.
Ooh. Zhang gets a fastball that finds his back, and he takes a slow walk down to first. We'll get another look at this. And disappointment for the pitcher, Kamiski, as well.
At the plate, number 11, Owen Avery.
Misfires this one. Oh, got him on the leg?
Look, an okay place to take a hit by pitch if you're going to take one there.
Yeah.
Didn't feel good.
No.
It didn't feel good.
Nobody wants to stand there and get fastballs off their fanny, but if you're going to put an arm or a back or an elbow up there against it, you'll take the fanny. Swing and a miss. Some cheddar. And Owen Avery a little fired up after that high heat.
Well, he was trying to hit that one onto the airport.
A plane that could be headed to the D in Las Vegas. Pitch up and away. Avery sort of steps in that bucket immediately. And as a pitcher, is that something you sense and you try to pitch around that?
Generally speaking, it's the catcher that picks up on that. He's standing right there. He's looking at his feet. But the catcher will come out and say, like, hey, man, this dude's stepping out a little bit. Maybe we attack away, something like that.
Yeah.
That's usually the catcher. And this is obviously, we've talked about it, a very good senior catcher. I'm sure he's seen it.
Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes for the second time today. Avery strikes out. And a little bit of a stare by Connor Kamiski after that.
10,
These two
John
pitchers
Miller.
competing, going after it.
Kamiski thought he should have had that pitch that was called a ball.
Yeah.
Want to go for strike 3, but comes back there up in the zone above the hands. Really good fastball.
Millen grounds one to second, and Bold, who's been fabulous at the 2-bag today, finishes up the 5th inning. We go to the 6th. 5-0 Falcons. The leaders in the regular season, Divine Child against Lutheran North. How fitting. Number 1 and number 2 are going at it. Gabriel Richard from downriver. Father Gabriel Richard from Ann Arbor. And the finale, Foley bringing up the back end of that. But a competitive double-A. And as you mentioned, some switching, some swatching in the double-A this year. But Divine Child has done what they were sort of supposed to do and go down there and kind of run that league.
Yep. And that's the expectation. There wasn't like a punishment thing. It
No.
wasn't like, oh, we're relegating Divine Child down. There was nothing like that. It was just Liggett had been extremely dominant in that division for a couple of years. Divine Child had fallen off a little bit amongst the big boys, and so it just made sense to swap. And this is what we're looking for. We're looking for consistent competitiveness and parity throughout all the leagues. That's what we want.
That's right. Adam Terpstra leads things off, 2, 3, and 4 for the head coach James Lazarus in his first year, and it's another punch out for Zhang. On his 74th pitch, it's a backwards K frozen pizza to start things here in the 6th.
And that's the more curveball look. We've seen a little bit of a slurve. We've seen more of a slider look. I'm sure it's all the same pitch. He's just varying with it. But that's more the true curveball look there, that 1-7 shape, landed in the zone. He's been really good with all of them today.
Sure has. This is the number 3 hitter, Carter Penn, who is a Calvin baseball commit. He'll also head westward in the great state of Michigan after this campaign's over. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. This will be a tough play, and it won't be made. It was going to be a hard play anyway for Ben Korak. He couldn't make it. We'll see how they score it, but the Mustangs have a man on and a man out here in the 6th.
Yeah, I think that's a hit, Chad. I don't think that's going to be. It's going to take a above natural output play or whatever. Whatever the rules written for an error, a normal effort. It was going to be above that to make that play successfully. So definitely think that's a hit.
Makes you feel better, I guess, about the no-no being no-mo. There's a fly ball to right field, fairly deep. It's caught. The snatch is made in right field by Penn, and there are now quickly 2 outs after Tunnicliffe gave it a ride.
Yeah, he hit that one just a little too high. I thought he might have got it off the bat.
Yeah.
When just looking down on him from where we are, I thought he might have got it, but a little bit too high, a little bit behind it, or a little bit out front, rather. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Still hit it pretty hard though.
We're at the Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park in Troy, Michigan. Swing and a miss. This is the number 5 hitter, Robert Bobby Ward.
It's another fastball riding to the top of the zone. It's been an excellent pitch for him all day. I'd imagine he might just go right back to it.
Why not?
Yep.
Does. Right there. Strikeout. 15 on the day for Jack Zhang. All Catholic, you see why. 15 Ks and a 5-0 lead as we go to the bottom half of the 6th from beautiful Warrior Park.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Ben Korak, Tyler Kostora, outstanding seasons. They were rewarded as these 2 juniors will become leaders next season at a higher level. The league recognizes that, and they are honored. Korak and Kostora, all leaguers for the Falcons. Much deserved. Welcome back to the Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park. My name is Chad Bush. He is Brian Sikowski of Perfect Game. He's a national cross-checker. He's also a former assistant at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And this is Dan Deegan. The Divine Child head coach, has he done a fine job or what?
Yeah, this has been incredible. DC looks revitalized. They were, the class of the Catholic League in baseball for a long time, not that long ago.
No.
So nice to see them revitalized, nice to see them back where kind of they belong, atop the Catholic League.
Lutheran North back on the bump, Connor Kamiski, and he will face 5 strikeouts, now 6 against 3 walks as he makes quick work of Jacob Nelson coming into pinch hit. So that's Nelson into pinch hit as you get a look at James Lazarus.
Justin Holton.
The Lutheran North head coach, also an outstanding job in just his first season. He's been with the program now for 10 years, but it's a little different being in that head bench boss seat than the assistant or second or third chair.
Yeah, absolutely. I was lucky enough to work for who I consider to be the best, and that's Matt Petrie. Obviously, viewers of the Prep are familiar with Matt, but it's a different sort of dynamic depending on your role on the coaching staff. Most of the time, I was just kind of in the dugout, for example, especially when we were on offense, kind of talking with the guys about approach, working hitter to hitter, working at bat to at bat. But having a head coach who's so in command of everything that's going on, who also allows you to do your job, what you're there to do, that's the best type of head coach, and that's no question. That's Matt, and that's no question. That's so many of these coaches in this league.
Yep. No, well said. This is a pinch hitter, Justin Holton. Dan Deegan has gone to his bench here in the 6th.
Kamiski kind of in line for something of a tough luck loss here. I see the 5 runs on the board. That doesn't tell the story. Only a couple of them have been earned. We had that bout of like the Tigers in the 06 World Series fielding bunts earlier on, and that got some of those runs in. But he's been good. I think he's been fine. The breaking ball has kind of been hit and miss, but the best ones are good. He's been consistent in the mid-80s. He's attacking hitters both sides of the plate. I think he's been good. It's been a tough luck kind of loss for him today.
I think Calvin outkicked their coverage, quite frankly.
He's going to be really good for them.
I think this kid is above Division III, and that's no slight to Division III or the young man. There's a throw to second for one. Relay to first is wide. This is the pinch hitter, Bronson Pawson, who is their primary courtesy runner, but they gave him a swing, and he gets on base. And another error for North. That's going to be their 3rd of the game.
And it's tough as a pitcher to go out there and continue to make good pitches and get ground balls or get guys to get their bunts down or whatever, and then we're throwing the ball all the way around the yard here. But I think first baseman's got to make that play personally. Yeah, but either way, it's credit to Kamiski for continuing to go out there and throw strikes and attack and try his best, and that's what he's doing. We've talked about it. He looks good.
Deegan sticks with the same theme, and he'll go to his bench and pull Spencer Shinsky off it. 6'2", 160 junior getting a look here. He's a guy that does a little bit of everything for them. Outfield, infield, he's pitched this year. And he looks at a pitch just off the plate, according to Joe Partika, your home plate umpire. Mike Schramm is at first, Robert Check at second, and Kevin Cleveland at third.
That pitch maybe a little down, maybe a little out. It's borderline. But either way, I don't think there's anything offensive about that one being called a ball, for example. But it could have gone either way.
Been a good day for this crew, the boys in blue. Appreciate their efforts. It has been a shortage, as everybody knows, and if you can get out and umpire, get out there. Swing and a miss. Out on strikes is Shinsky. Strikeout number 7 for the right-hander, Connor Kamiski. One last call for the Mustangs of Lutheran North, trying to break up this shutout and get something rolling. We're back after these.
Begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, We've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
We appreciate everybody watching on the Prep. If you wouldn't mind, subscribe to our YouTube page that you're watching on. It's free, and we appreciate that. We are the Prep. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Brian Sikowski on color commentary. My name is Chad Bush. We are in the 7th inning. This is the final at-bat, potentially, in the Catholic High School League season for Lutheran North. There's a ground ball up the middle, and this, a fine play by the shortstop. Throw to first, and they got him. Oh, what a play by the shortstop, Colas. My goodness.
Great play diving to his left. Obviously, you see the athleticism required there to get back up, get in a stable base, make an accurate, strong throw across. Because that's not a bad runner there leaving the box either.
Right.
But, a good pitch by Zhang. That's what you want. Get ground balls. And his defense helped him out.
That's Logan Colas. He's just a junior. He'll be back. And, man.
We are rapidly approaching dogpile season here.
That's right. There will be some dogpiling perhaps at the conclusion of this one. 2 outs away are the Falcons, who've been led by the left arm of their senior lanky lefty, Zhang. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 16, and the Falcons can feel it now. They're 1 out away from capturing the Cardinal Division Championship.
Number 4.
Porter struck out 16 on Friday against Catholic Central. Zhang's got a chance here to better that. He could get to 17 here. But that's just another example. The fastball commanded away where he wanted it. He's just been incredible all game.
Sure has. So that'll leave it up to this young man. This is Owen Bolt, and he grounds out to end the ball game. Dearborn Divine Child, stand up, pilot. The water flying, the bodies are jumping, and the Falcons win the Cardinal Division title here at the Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park.
I have to give all the credit to Jack Zhang here. He pitched an incredible game, complete game. 16 strikeouts, Chad, just absolute domination. Congrats to Divine Child.
16 strikeouts, 3 walks. He gave up just the 2 hits. And Jack Zhang with an outstanding performance. Lutheran North with a great battle as well. Their journey is not done. They will defend their Division II regional title from a year ago. Divine Child, their journey just beginning as well in Division II. Perhaps these 2 teams meet down the line, but for now, these AA schools shake hands and say goodbye as the Falcons hoist the Cardinal Division title. We're back to the Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park here on the Prep right after this.
What I could tell right off the start was that they were really about the player. And I just got out of high school, so I was using BB Core bats for the past 3 or 4 years. When y'all came to me, took my advice, trying to figure out what we wanted, what I learned in high school about bats, and what I wish I had, it's really cool to be a part of. I can't remember the last time that I hit balls that far with a BB Core bat or as hard. definitely the best BB4 bat I've ever swung in my life. And I've swung plenty of BB4 bats. The numbers can prove it too, because the numbers that I was getting on my exit velos and the distance, I really didn't get close to that in some of the other BB4 bats. Yeah, just overall, it's been really fun. Know that you were a part of it and that a lot of kids are going to love to use it. Yeah, super excited.
Lutheran North getting their runners-up
Number 19, Robert Ward.
in the Cardinal division from Mike Evoy of the Catholic League. A fine battle by both Divine Child and Lutheran North today. And both teams have a lot to be optimistic about, and we'll talk a little bit more about that right after these highlights that we have coming up. And a lot of the highlights today, Sack, started with the Falcons. They had a lot of things to talk about on the mound, and the storyline was certainly Mr. Zhang.
Yeah, and you're going to see the highlight reel here. The fastball was working. The more curveball look of his secondaries was looking. The slider looked like it was working. He was able to command all three of the offering. He was generating swings and miss out of the zone. He was generating swings and miss in the zone. The stuff was really good. He's up to 91 with the fastball. He sat up upper 80s. Just looks like a D1 guy who's going to have plenty of opportunities at the next level.
It was outstanding. Got some help from his offense. And here it was. This was the double banged off the wall and right. This started things. Millen was good with the stick.
A couple of them. Yeah, he had a couple doubles, both into that right field gap. The first one obviously scored two, kind of set the tone. Obviously, DC would tack on a few more later on via error, but this was the big swing of the day. This was the big hit of the day, and then you'll see here some difficulty fielding bunts. Like I said, they look like the 06 Tigers in the World Series. Brought back some painful memories, but that's where DC added on some runs, 5-0, and that's really all Zhang needed at that point. He might have just needed the two, in fact.
That's right. The ball got thrown around a bit. DC would score 3 runs in that 4th inning, but they were able to get the bunt down. And as my partner said, that's a big part of this game. Make the other team make the mistake. The defense was very solid behind them, including the shortstop, who would be a big part of a double play later. And Colas, Divine Child celebrates the Cardinal Division title here at Stevens Family Baseball Complex at Warrior Park, as the Falcons are getting their awards from Mike Evoy of the Catholic League. Congratulations to Dan Deegan and the Divine Child Falcons on their title. Good, positive things await both these clubs, Sack. Your thoughts on both Division II runs for both these teams?
Yeah, I think Divine Child heading into a tournament where you have 2 aces at the top of your rotation in Zhang and Owen Avery, who you guys saw Friday, who played first base today, but we've seen how good he is on the mound. Anytime you can head into the state tournament in a single elimination tournament like Michigan's is, you're in a great spot. We've seen a lot of teams go either win the state title or go deep, just kind of ride the 2 arms. And so there's some things that we're trying to take away from that ability, like adding a super regional, that sort of thing. But with that being said, man, 2 arms like that heading into the state tournament, that could be really, really good for them. And we've seen, you saw it on Friday, we saw it today, Lutheran North has some pitching too, man. Lutheran North has some pitching too. Pretzer was gross on Friday, missed a ton of bats. We saw Kamiski today. We saw how he looked. The catching looks great behind the plate. I think they play better defense than what they showed today. I just kind of ran into a buzzsaw on Jack Zhang today, and sometimes that's how it goes.
No doubt, well said. The pitching tallies for Zhang worth repeating. 61 for strikes. He ends up with 16 strikeouts, just 3 walks. He gave up 2 hits, no runs, a complete game shutout for Zhang. Congratulations. Also a couple of doubles by John Millen. A big part of the offensive surge for the Falcons, led by Dan Deegan, assisted by Jeremy Shea, the former Falcon of Bowling Green, Steve Avery and Jim Springer. Want to say thank you to our wonderful crew here today, doing great things as always. And the crew is captained, as always, by Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Chase Kaufman on replay. Delaney Higgins on graphics. Devin Schweitzer on camera 1. Zach Russell on camera 2. Brad Ross here with us in the booth on camera 3. Sam Fisher on audio. Pat the Stat on statistics. His name is Brian Sikowski. My name is Chad Bush. Want to thank our social media team as well, James Ferris and Julia Pisano. We are the Prep. Thanks so much to Divine Child staff, for Lutheran North staff for all their help, the Catholic League. We're coming back at 5:20 for the start of Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Brother Rice for the Bishop Division title. Once again, your final score here today from Warrior Park in Troy, the Cardinal Division champion, Divine Child 5, Lutheran North nothing. We'll talk to you very shortly on a separate link. So long from Troy.